What kind of temp are we looking at here?
Feels like 58.
Damn, you lucky motherfucker.
Is it colder there? Is it hot as shit there? What's going on over in the Midwest?
I mean, it's not hot as shit. It feels like it's 70, but feels like 77, high of 78. So our feels like is gonna get up to about 82 today.
That's like perfect. You're complaining about that?
How
are you complaining about that?
It's not bad. Like, no, I do like that.
That's like the perfect weather.
And it's been
upper 70s, like feels like 80. Like that's the best because you don't want it to be 80 and feel like 90.
Okay, I don't disagree. Yeah, I can take a feels like 82 is about as high as I want it to be. The thing that is less pleasant about here has been it's currently 80% humidity. Overnight, it was 95.
That sucks.
Yeah, so it's been very weird where we've had like the temperature has cooled down overnight, but we've had very humid nights. So it doesn't feel particularly nice.
That's not great.
Like when I went to basketball, it was 63 degrees, but with like a 95% humidity, so it felt sticky.
Yeah, that's not great either. Well, this has been the Weather Corner. Welcome to the Bushwick Rooftop, the podcast where I have a psychotic break and think that there's a spiritual connection between buildings built 100 years apart and myself.
Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up because, last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, I was like, What does Alex want me to make of this? Because he's just in a city with tall buildings. Of course, there are going to be multiples that kind of look like each other.
Yeah, I know. Your answer was perfect, though. You played along.
Mm-hmm.
We're recording on Thursday.
We are.
11 o'clock. Because I was hitting the snooze button this morning when you were trying to record. I was maxing the snooze button.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of maxing snooze, I was watching some Little League World Series the last couple days.
Ooh.
Have you? I feel like I haven't watched it in a long time. It's very weird.
It's probably been since high school that I watched it.
Probably the same for me. I think it's... I do remember, like, every once in a while you'd have a pitcher that would just, like, blast them with, like, 75 miles an hour, which would be...
overwhelming.
I don't know what that is, like, 95 plus.
Yeah.
Compared to MLB, timing-wise.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's a lot of them, and then I've seen multiple games like this where it goes like into the sixth inning, maybe even tied into extra innings, and the starter or starters come out, and then the offense is like the next guy up doesn't have the 75 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So then the offense is just like come, apart. Or they just, like, lose the command, which, like, you see. But I've watched multiple games that was just, like, tied, and then, like, one team scores, like, 8 runs late. There was a very dramatic game yesterday. And, sorry, Maxon Snoozy is the guy from Iowa. Or not Iowa. South Dakota.
Okay.
Sioux Falls,
so
Midwest.
It's about a 16 to 17 mile... Oh, it's weird. The ratios, the like equivalent, seems to follow like a bit of an exponential curve. So like,
that makes sense.
45 real speed is equivalent to 59, but 60 is equivalent to 79, and then 75 is equivalent to 99 miles an hour in the MLB.
Yeah.
Which is
crazy. What about you? What's up with you? How was basketball?
Basketball was good.
Were you the MVP again?
I don't know that we had an MVP today. like I feel like no one played exceptionally well. No one had like a terrible day. Yeah. I know that's not particularly helpful in trying to make a hot take about sports.
No, that's okay. You have any other hot takes?
Paige Beckers is significantly better than Caitlin Clark.
I saw that she scored 44 points.
On
Rookie
17
record
of 21 shooting.
Ooh. What is that, like 80%?
Yeah. It's like 81%.
Nice math, Alex.
Yes. And you went into fashion design. Yeah, it's 81. Went 4 for 4 from 3, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal. And yet they lost to the Los Angeles Sparks.
Is she like kind of in a situation like Caitlin Clark had last year where because she was a number 1 draft pick, they're like still a really shitty team?
Except last year, Caitlin also had the previous number 1 draft pick.
I didn't know
Aaliyah
that.
Boston. Yes.
And then didn't they still get a high draft pick after last year?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing is there are so few teams in the WNBA. The only team that didn't have a high draft pick this last year was the Las Vegas Aces, and
Okay.
yeah, their draft capital has not been great the last couple. So
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason I was hitting the snooze, I wasn't hitting the snooze button, but I actually just slept to my alarm today, which I never do, is I did something last night that I also never do. I fully listened to podcasts, and
Not half listened, you whole listened?
yeah, one might almost say like did research to like
Whoa.
know something about a topic to talk about.
Okay. What is said? One, I've never understood people that can just sleep through an alarm.
Oh, like
I don't think I've certainly snoozed, like hit snooze or accidentally think that I hit snooze and really canceled my alarm and gone back to sleep. But I've never just slept straight through an alarm. And I don't understand people that can do that.
That's not possible.
I mean, I know some people wear earplugs, but like then you got to have a higher volume on your alarm.
Yeah, I have like the wake up alarm, so I think it would just like infinitely get louder until it's like max volume.
Oh God.
But no, I wake up to my alarm like a normal person. Normally I wake up before it these days. But I stayed up late because I was listening to a whole bunch of different podcasts about the same topic, which you may have seen years ago, you may have seen recently, or you may not have seen. But the Fort Bragg Cartel, are you familiar with this?
Not particularly, and I'm sure the listeners would appreciate a recap.
Yeah, so this book just came out, and it's a nonfiction, but it's almost like a murder mystery novel. And it tells the story of it tells a lot of story of like the war on Afghanistan, in Afghanistan.
On Afghanistan was an accurate
Is it?
statement.
Okay, I don't know.
I mean, they offered to track down and arrest bin Laden for us like immediately, and they offered to have a government, like a transition government installed.
Yeah.
Of our selection, and the U.S. said, and George Bush said, "Nah, we gotta fucking kill some Arabs."
So yeah, this book goes into a lot more of the specifics, and I don't know if they really get into the statistics, but in some of the podcasts I've listened to about it, they talk about the numbers of people that were killed specifically by special operations and JSOC in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So this guy had like he published an article in Rolling Stone in like 2021, I think, or around then. And he actually went on What a Hell of a Way to Die.
Oh.
Way back then. They were like, I think, the first ones to pick it up.
That tracks.
It seems like. Although also friendly tip to our friends over at What a Hell of a Way to Die, or What a Hell of a Way to Dad. I'm not sure what it's called anymore.
Dad now.
But they still call... Okay. Do they call it on the new ones What a Hell of a Way to Dad?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. I don't
TBH, it's been a minute since I've... Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, they interviewed this guy. They should put the guy's name in the title of the episode, because yesterday I was looking for the guy's name.
You were trying to search.
And I found a bunch of them. What was another? There were a couple that interviewed him in 2023. And then since he just is releasing this book, he was on True Anon live podcasts, Chapo, a bunch of other podcasts. He was just on Tucker Carlson's podcast yesterday. So it's really picking up traction.
Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing that, like, it's also being covered from the right side.
I mean, I in no means want to give Tucker Carlson any credit. I do think that he is, like, generally questioning of war in, like, a weird, like, from an isolationist perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and also, like, his audience is probably good to talk to.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I listened to most of it. And Tucker was like, yeah, he was kind of what you would expect, and like very questioning of like what we were doing, and like, oh my God, that's what we were doing. Like, there was no oversight for this. Like, what about Congress? Like, da da da. But you know, it was very Tucker. But that's what I thought too. Of like, it's probably good for that audience to hear this story too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting like really cold.
Bruh, this is what happens when you leave Wisconsin. You become a baby.
I become a baby? Dude, it is. It's feels like 58. I'm like just, and that's like.
And you have a high pile
I'm
fleece
on the roof.
Okay. Heat rises, motherfucker.
Okay.
Get warm.
Anyway. I feel like in the guy in one of his interviews, and I think this was maybe one of the earlier ones when he just had posted the original article, was just like, I thought I was like a pretty well-informed person, and he was also a veteran, and he was like, I couldn't believe like the way that we were using these night raids and special operations over in Afghanistan, and the like sheer scale of it and what it was doing to the operators, which I think it's kind of funny that they call them that, but I guess, you know, they that is what they do. But like what that has done to the operators, and then what that's done to Fort Bragg specifically, and then how that's just like cascaded through, like how it connects to the current addiction crisis in America and so many other things.
What is the addiction crisis? I guess I'm not.
Oh, so basically, this isn't really that surprising. Like, people have talked about this. A large amount, if not the vast majority, of the heroin that came into...
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Was, like, just straight through drug trafficking from JSOC through Fort Bragg.
Okay. I was thinking more, like, oxy, and I was like, well, I mean, obviously also opiate, but
like what preceded the opiate crisis, and like the prescription in fentanyl was heroin originally.
Yes.
And that was like when we first went into Afghanistan, they were like always saying that, oh, like we're just stopping this heroin production, like the Taliban is doing this, and the Taliban were the ones that were against it, and they had stopped it, and then the U.S. partnered with the guys that wanted to do it and did it, and they increased the production, like the total amount of heroin available by like 8,000%.
Jesus
and then the United
Christ.
States was the number one like consumer of heroin. Afghanistan is the number one producer of heroin. Of course they're getting it from Afghanistan. Like they made up this whole like Mexican white. That was and I also think that came from Fort Bragg, because Fort Bragg was connected to, they were like, some of these guys were definitely connected to these like quote unquote cartel guys that were people that knew the Mexicans or were connected to the Mexicans and could get like wholesale cocaine and stuff. So it probably did get distributed and get to the Mexicans through Fort Bragg. That's my conspiracy, or my theory, I should say.
Yeah, it's a good theory.
Thank you. I might call the TrueAnon tip line with that one.
So how long did you spend deep diving on this?
Let me see. I listened to like 5 podcasts last night.
Like an hour each?
Yeah, probably like an hour each.
And were you 1.5xing these or what?
I probably should have been, but I wasn't.
Did you go 1x for everything?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I
mean, it's probably better for your brain overall, but like...
Yeah, I don't want to like... I feel weird about like the fast infoing.
So if it is... My kind of general is, if it's like how long gone or throwing fits, I'm going to go 1.5. Because I can handle it, and they're just like yapping. I don't need to remember with detail anything that they are saying. If it is an American Prestige app, or if I'm re-listening to Hell on Earth or Hell of Presidents for the 18th time, then it's 1.25. Because it's...
Yeah.
Partially because there's just like so much content that I don't want to take that much time, but the 1.25 is slow enough that I'm actually like, there is time. The sentences are discrete enough that I can process and take it on. So that's my general rule.
That's fair. I very rarely listen to either TF or How Long Gone at all, and when I do, I'll throw on TF, but I'll watch the videos. I'll throw them on the TV while I'm
you can
doing something.
You can change the speed like on Substack.
Can I? I don't know. I was thinking like a sped up video would be weirder than sped up audio, but I guess it's kind of the same.
Not when they're just talking, though.
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, I'm probably rotting my brain faster than...
I'm rotting my brain fast enough, don't worry.
All right, good. I'm glad you're in there with me.
Yeah.
You've been trying out for baseball.
Well, I haven't tried out yet. I'm supposed to try out on Saturday.
Okay.
But I've been throwing.
Yeah.
I met a friend.
Okay.
We've tossed the ball a couple times.
What's friends? Do you want to share a friend's name? Is it like is it a...
His name's Bryce.
All right, sick. I was going to ask you if it was a baseball name or a non-baseball name, and you've answered that.
Would you say that's a baseball name?
Yes, I would.
Okay, yeah, I would agree. You want to guess where Bryce is from? Recently moved to the city.
Georgia.
From this state. close, South Carolina.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, good dude.
Good dude.
And like I've actually been pleasantly surprised. My arm hasn't been too sore from throwing, so it's just we've been good.
Good.
Yeah.
What are you? Have you seen? Do you consume any, like, old MLB player content?
As in.
Well, okay. One. So
I consume a lot of MLB content.
Gotcha.
But I don't know like what you're.
So I have a
referring to.
cousin who is like a Trevor Bauer YouTube fan.
Oh, I'm very familiar with Trevor Bauer. I'm not a fan.
No, I'm not either. And I'm trying to bully my cousin out of.
Your cousin is a fan of him?
Yes.
Your cousin is a horrible person. I'm sorry.
My cousin is 17, so chill out. He's learning. That's why.
Okay, I take it back. I take it
That's
back.
why I'm working on it. So yeah, chill the fuck out, my guy. But Trevor May is on a journey back.
I like Trevor May too.
He is. You don't like him?
I like him.
Oh, you said 2.
I do like Trevor May.
You said 2, and that threw me off.
Yeah, my wording there was weird.
Not great. So, yeah, he is on a journey back to throwing 100, and I'm curious where you're tapping out right now, and what your
idea.
peak was in high school. 80, 84? 80? Were you touching 80?
80 if we're lucky.
All right.
Probably more 75 average.
All right.
Fastball.
Hey, I mean, the Little League equivalent of that is
Maybe.
99, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I was pitching at regular.
No, I know.
60 feet distance.
No, I know. I was trying to help you out.
I appreciate it. No, I mean, it was like that was the only thing that I was really decently effective at like the high school varsity level was pitching. So I'm not too
Ashamed.
embarrassed by my ashamed by my abilities on that front.
Good.
The hitting was the harder part for me.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I could hit velocity wise now, but like I can still whip it pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tossed a pitch wind up style, but through stretched out the long toss a little bit.
Gotcha. Do you think you will try at a pitch before this weekend?
Maybe. I might tomorrow. No.
All right.
Is tomorrow Friday? Yeah.
Are there trainers on standby if needed?
Most likely not. What do you think? I'm gonna pop a UCL or what?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm looking out for your safety.
I appreciate that. I feel like you maybe should have asked that when I was playing soccer in the spring. Just full contact soccer.
But contact injuries are worse than non-contact injuries, and baseball is riddled with non-contact injuries.
You said contact injuries are worse
No.
than non-contact?
Non-contact injuries are worse. Non-contact injuries are almost always ligaments. Contact injuries are much less frequently ligaments.
I need some ligaments.
I mean, that is true. But it's also true that if you pop your UCL or shoulder ligament or something, you'll be able to get to a hospital without a trainer being present.
Yeah.
Versus breaking your leg or something. Stop putting this bad energy into the world, man.
All right. You're the one last week. Oh, what do the towers mean? Am I in between two negative force fields of energy?
I was just thinking about the towers, and I was thinking it was a positive thing, and,
Oh.
and you're now you're shitting on the energy.
Mobby, hand up. That's on me.
It's okay. What else? Got anything else to talk about?
Just been driving a lot. All over the 19 counties of Wisconsin's 3rd congressional district.
That's a lot of counties, I'll be honest.
It is so many, dude. It goes from Hudson all the way down to fucking Platteville.
God dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So recently I've been re-listening to Hell of Presidents.
Okay.
Because, you know, I like refreshers on my history, especially some electoral and like what issues we've dealt with as a country throughout and how like nothing changes. It's hilarious. It's real funny how ahistoric Trump's tariffs are. Just like we've tried this shit before and it didn't work, and we argued over it, and like, yeah, we had like four presidential elections over tariffs, so I can't wait to have another one.
It's so stupid. The whole tariff thing is so stupid that it's like the fact that there's even like a debate about it is like.
It also just shows how dumb Trump is, that he can't realize that, like, we haven't been a manufacturing country since NAFTA, and we are entirely consuming.
Yeah, yeah.
And if we can't get our cheap goodies, like, the people in mass will be unhappy.
Yeah, the people, you know, they need their
They need their TikTok shop.
Exactly. But it's also like I understand like the sentiment of like wanting to have domestic manufacturing, especially if it's
absolutely.
Stuff like microchips and all of this. Like I understand that, but like putting tariffs on stuff is not going to like make industries pop up overnight.
Well,
so that's why it's just like doesn't make any sense.
Like you can have, like small targeted ones, but it needs to come with massive investment in those industries.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you pair it with just treating labor unions horribly and not having like any regulation over companies, which fucking any dumbass who says that capitalism breeds innovation. No, it fucking doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Like,
you know who invented the internet?
The government, the military.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The one thing that the government does pay for. Like,
yes, R&D. It is
like so much R&D is paid for by the government already.
Yeah. It just like in listening to Hell President, like it's depressing, it's fine, but also like we've had worse, like we've been through worse, like we're going to get through it. The like doomerism, we're like
I think there's other things to be doomerist about than the tariffs at this point.
No, I'm talking about like Trump overall a little bit.
Yeah. I also think it's not necessarily Trump to be doomerist about too. I mean, I think it's like tying back to the whole war in Afghanistan. It's like
yeah,
everything is so it's been like that implicates the last 5 presidents.
Yes.
4. Bush, 4. Obama.
No, yeah, 4.
4, but Trump twice. I guess no, only Trump once because Biden got out. But like, still, they're still doing it. I guess so. It's like still implicated.
Yeah, but
and that's the thing too. And
but then Biden like turned around and
Biden turned around and what?
I was gonna point to Israel, but like you were being specific to Afghanistan.
Well, I think so, and this is what this guy I should say what his name is. Seth Harp. Like, he's like, there. People have asked him like, what is JSOC doing now? And like, what about Ukraine? What about Israel? They're definitely there. They've always been very tight with Israel from day one.
Yeah.
But they're not necessarily in combat there, but they're definitely still doing like night raids in Iraq, Syria, and Somalia.
Lovely.
And like normally these like aren't ever talked about. They get reported on if they want to brag about it, and they'll call up the New York Times, but it never gets reported on. But with Trump, he's like bragged 1 or 2 months into his term, like, oh yeah, we've already killed 68 terrorists. Like, that's these night raids. And he said in Iraq, Syria, and Somalia. It's like ostensibly ISIS and Al-Shabaab, but it's like it could be literally anyone. Like, they're doing whatever they want. There's no oversight.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then we're turning around and just giving money to other terrorist organizations. Like, this has been the pattern of our military on a global.
Well, and I think a lot of like the theme of this story is also like how out of control like the whole operation is, and like how out of control JSOC is, and like they just get involved, and they've always done this. Like the CIA was like this too, of like getting involved in so many bad things.
It's
with like no oversight.
Any happy news? Any? I know I brought us back down this after.
No, it's okay. Happy news: the Brewers 14 game winning streak.
Mm-hmm.
They've they're slumping right now, but
little skid on against the Cubbies, but
I'm trying not to doom about it, but
they've also
they still
not
have the
played
best record.
All of their normal starters in these games, right?
Well, Churio is still out. I mean, a couple other guys have just been slumping. Hoskins is still out.
They're still to the moon. Brewers to the moon, baby.
Brewers to the moon. I mean, they still have the best record in the league. Actually, so I have a funny story about. I went to a sports bar with my ex-roommate to watch what ultimately was their 13th win.
Ooh, nice.
No, it was the 14th win. Sorry.
Before you continue, we have less than a minute on the Zoom, so I'm gonna end it and call you right back. Why the fuck don't we just like FaceTime? We haven't recorded via Zoom and in so long.
That's true. Well, too late to turn back now.
True.
So yeah, it was the 14th win. Nobody else is obviously there for the game. There's a few other people watching sports. They kind of like filter out. I think maybe the Yankees game was on, but then all of a sudden a whole bunch of people start coming in, not really seeming like sports people at all. They all go like straight to the back, and all of a sudden the music changes. It gets a lot louder, and we look over, and on the two TVs by the bar is like a skate video playing, and everyone is like just eyes just fixed on the screen, so into it. The entire like back room of the bar is like filled, and the two of us are just sitting there watching the Brewers on the one TV that they like kept on for us. So that was funny. And I remarked to the homie, I was like, there was also a couple guys playing pool in the back room where they were like the main group of people watching this, and they just like were keeping on playing pool right in the middle of it, like undeterred. They were like,
Nice.
we're going to play pool, and we're over here like, we're going to watch the Brewers, and these people are like, skate video.
So, just motherfuckers, like, was it a new video? Was Nija there? What's going on?
Nija was not in attendance. I mean, that's what we were asking. We were like, what is going on? Like, is this like some sort of premiere? Like, are these famous people? Like, no, like it was. I looked it up. Like afterwards, I made note to look up the bar on Instagram, and they posted. It was just like a skate video premiere for like some dude on Instagram that has 1,000 followers and like all of his skate buddies.
Incredible.
Yeah,
1,000
dudes,
followers
man,
and
crazy.
having that like ratio of turnout is pretty impressive.
I mean, there were like 20 guys featured in the video, so I have to assume like they all just brought like 4 people.
Yeah.
And
they all brought their roommates.
Yeah, I mean it's like there were probably like at least 2 or 3 polycules in attendance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean we were in Bushwick, so
No shade. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many socks did you see?
You know, I didn't
clock any socks?
I didn't clock any. It was a pretty male, like white bro-centric crowd.
Sure.
For the most part.
Gotcha.
It was also funny. We couldn't tell at first if he was there for the game or if he was an actual fan there for the game or not. But one of the guys was wearing a Reds shirt, and we were playing the Reds. And so we kept on saying, like, you know, it's pretty loud in there, so we're just yelling, like, fuck the Reds! The Reds suck!
Mm-hmm. A classic. Antagonize some random motherfucker just trying to enjoy their evening.
Exactly. I'm not saying my ex-roommate is a good influence.
This is other Alex, right?
Yeah, this is the other Alex. He's a sports gambling degenerate still.
Sick. A hooligan.
It's crazy. He was like, I'm up, like, at one point I was up over 100 units this season in golf. I'm like...
In golf?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
He's a sicko.
I guess.
Well, he's a former golfer. Like, in high school, he was on the golf team.
That doesn't...
Still golfs. But he just bets on golf. He bets on, like, most everything, but particularly golf.
Incredible.
Yeah. And I can say with confidence he doesn't listen to this podcast because he asked me if I was still doing the podcast.
It's tough.
That's okay. Is there anything else? Related to the Brewers, somebody on Twitter said somebody's going to make a movie out of the 2025 Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah.
You know, this was around the streak, and people were drawing all kinds of parallels to the 1987 team, which had the previous record of 13 wins straight, which was to start the season. I think it would make a pretty good movie.
Gotcha.
Would you watch it?
Who is it starring? Is it a documentary or is it like a Moneyball?
You know, it depends. It depends. It's like a Moneyball.
I think I don't know. Is there a compelling story of like them? Is it just like pitching machine go burr? Because it hasn't been the pitching machine like entirely. What is the story?
So you want to know the story?
That's what I'm asking.
I mean, I think unfortunately it's not over. If it ends in a very positive way, it could be a great story. But even if it doesn't end that way, I think it can still be a Moneyball type story in the sense that like they were, felt really, had a really tough loss last year. They're really not considered a great team. They take kind of an unconventional approach to the way that they build their organization and develop talent. And they kind of put together this team of average Joes that turn into the hottest team in franchise history and one of the best runs in MLB history for a stretch, and the best record in baseball this season. And the fact that they have those kind of historical parallels with past teams that have fallen short, especially if they do kind of make it to another level, I think there's definitely a movie there. And then there's also the fact that Euchre died right before the season.
Yeah.
You can tie that kind of into, like, this season kind of being characterized by, you know, his spirit, and then as well as, like, kind of all of the, like, oh, the Brewers are lucky, but they're just, like, scrappy, and, like, so much of that is, like, kind of Bob Euchre-ish in a sense, too, that, like, I think there's enough of a story there that you can make a pretty good movie out of it.
Yeah, I do. I think Euchre is the story. Probably is just like.
I think Euchre is the kind of through line, but the fact that Euchre touches almost the entire history of the Milwaukee Brewers. Like, he started calling games for them in their second season as the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah.
And is tied to Milwaukee baseball since before that. Like, you can tell basically the entire story of the Milwaukee Brewers through Bob Euchre, and, you know, kind of, especially if the season does end in a World Series. Not saying that it does, but if it does, like, that is, like, cinema. That is, like,
yeah,
peak.
Definitely not no. Yeah, I'm sure it will be. Someone's gonna write. You should write it. You should start working on the screenplay.
Oh, I have been.
Okay, good. Is that the writing? Is that the writing that you were telling me about?
Yeah.
That you didn't. Yeah. Okay.
I was very demure about it.
You were cagey about it.
Okay. That's a good one too. I've written about 20 pages.
All right.
Most of it, I think, is probably not usable. I think I started with this connection that I've made here, of this connection to the 1987 team. And then I kind of started to write. I was half writing it, like, as a screenplay, but I have no idea how to write a screenplay. And I also, like, I'm thinking of it, like, half in terms of, like, this is a scene in a movie. But then switching, like, my tenses were all over the place anyway. And it was, like, very kind of bogged down in this, like, parallel between, like, half of what I wrote was just retelling just, like, a prose version of what happened in the 1987 streak. I haven't even gotten to, like, much detail about this team. So I don't think it's really there, and I think I also might take a different approach. It's, like, making it more of a novel that is about. It's called How to Write a Screenplay about the Milwaukee Brewers.
Okay.
And then so I might just make it more of, like, kind of a novel, like a literary kind of novel of, like, me trying to write it.
Gotcha.
But then also have these elements that are, like, the pieces that I've
I think you
just
should
kind of outlined to you.
I think you should try. I think you should stick with
what
the
I'm doing is I'm
screenplay a
just
little
trying
bit.
to write it. I'm putting work in on it, whether that's, like, writing or, like, reading and editing different kind of versions of it, and we'll see what happens.
I think you should take a Tarantino approach to it in, like, piecemealing together parts of the seasons, flashing
that's the plan.
back and forth between some seasons, and, like,
what I've written so far is exactly that. It's, like, back and forth between 1987 and 2025.
But I think you also should sprinkle in the ending to 24.
I've mentioned it, but yes, I agree. There's more, but, like, I think what you're describing is very similar to how I was kind of approaching it, which I like.
What a beautiful mind we both have.
Yeah. So we'll see. If you want to read the first blurb that I feel kind of good about, I did put a draft in the Substack.
Alrighty.
I also added some visual aids to that one.
Ooh, I love a picture book. I'm like Larry.
All right. Brewers, depressing Afghanistan shit. Trump is taking over DC.
Yeah.
Not great.
Not. It is legal though, and it's like I just don't know what will cause it to end.
Doesn't he need like some approval from Congress to like go beyond the 30 days?
But he can then just like turn around and declare another state of emergency. Like there's nothing stopping him from doing it over and over.
You're right. Yeah, it's definitely very troubling, and it's an echo and like a kind of escalation of what he already tried in LA. Yeah, it's not great.
Not great, Bob.
Agreed.
Not great.
No.
I got a lighter one for you.
All right.
Did you see the engagement ring that Ronaldo gave to his fiance?
Nope.
I need you to look it up.
All right, fine. I can't believe you do this.
And once you do that, and we get your reaction, I've got a hypothetical that maybe can take us out.
That's large. That's an earring.
To say the least,
not a ring.
Dude. I don't even know how you wear that. You don't, right?
Oh, you keep that in a safe.
Do you wear would you wear a fake version of it, or do you even wear that?
You wear like a tamed down second version of that, like an entirely different one.
So it's entirely pointless, other than here's this giant diamond that you can maybe wear on a very special occasion.
What do you mean? It's meant to display how good the world is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Oh.
I think the whole idea of especially once you get to a certain amount, the idea of a bigger diamond is so valuable is quite stupid.
Yeah, man, I don't personally get it. To each their own, but shit ain't for me, dog.
Not for me either. Okay,
yeah,
so
you just be catching that on random shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you get degloved.
I'm sure she's doing a lot of shit that could land her.
You just said it's getting caught on shit, so that's how you get degloved. You catch your ring on something. So you want to talk about this hypothetical and get out of here?
Yep.
So I saw this tweet. Someone said you can go back in time to your earlier self and use your current knowledge to your advantage, but the catch is you have to go back to age 12 and grind through middle school again. Are you doing it?
Yeah, I think so.
I would tend to agree.
Question, can you make changes on a global scale or just in your own life?
I guess as impactful as a 12-year-old can be, I mean, I guess you could be Greta Thunberg before Greta Thunberg. I mean, I don't know. What could you do specifically when we were 12 at a global scale? You're not you're still you.
Don't discredit me, dickhead.
I'm not discrediting you. I'm just saying you're not I'm not saying you're all powerful.
No, but if you have the knowledge.
Well, what would you do? Yeah.
I would.
I guess like you could share like, but
I would
wouldn't
make
that
bold
fuck everything up?
I would probably at the beginning, but maybe that would make enough changes. Like, I think I would make some bold predictions to get some sort of like national notoriety for being this Nostradamus figure. And then, I don't know, use that to try to like, I don't know, shoot Trump. Or, I don't know. Or, like, disconnect Barry's phone line when he kneecapped Bernie.
Okay, we're back.
All right.
Yo, sorry about that. Whew.
Yeah, you should be. 2 weeks in a row.
This was a extenuating circumstance. I apologize.
Did a
I
bird
had the whole
attack you
laptop
on the
figured
roof?
out. Not quite.
What happened?
I thought I could make it. I thought I could hold it out till the end of our conversation. I just damn near pissed myself.
You're fucking dumbass.
I just had to run, and I almost didn't make it down the stairs.
Bruh. Just pee off the roof. Fuck it.
Yeah. There's security cameras on the roof. I don't really want to whip my whizzer out.
They're not going to see it.
Yeah, I mean, thank you, but still. Yep, so you, what, you would go back to being 12. What would you do?
Well, I would definitely buy NVIDIA stock and, like, you know, hand sanitizer stock in 2020.
Bitcoin?
Yeah, Bitcoin. Maybe. I don't know. Not a...
You would pass up on the wealth just to not be one of those guys?
I think so.
That's valid. I also think, like, you could only buy I don't know. You could only buy so much, and you could.
I don't know how to
convince people
mine
like,
for Bitcoin is the thing. So, like...
Yeah. You could also, like, maybe convince people to invest in, like, tech stocks, but, like, convincing people at that time to, like, invest in Bitcoin, like, people would be like, you're a crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'd spend too much time on that little device on the internet. That shit is fake, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's kind of like a little bit of a moral quandary having all of the knowledge and experiences of a fully grown adult in navigating life as a 12-year-old. Like, do you still do normal 12-year-old things and hang out with other 12-year-olds, or are you just like, hey, everybody, I'm really smart and mature like an adult, treat me like one? Like,
I feel like in some ways I kind of acted like that in my 12-year-old self. Whether, like, undeservedly, but I definitely...
No. You're being a little hard on yourself, I think.
Yeah, but
I kind of get what you're saying.
So, I mean, I think you still... I mean, honestly, I think it would be fun because, like, classes would be easy. But our school system, like, encouraged people to challenge themselves and, like, take classes above their age level.
Yeah.
So I don't think you'd just be stuck.
Yeah, I think you could kind of
but then
find your way into a higher group.
Yeah. which I think would come with a lot of its own challenges. I mean, like, I was a physically small person for my own age. So if I'm in a grade like several years ahead, like, I think that would be incredibly challenging and require the like emotional maturity of an adult.
Yeah, yeah. You have a little bit of a young Sheldon situation.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want. I don't know if I'd want that, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's probably sounds enticing, but
Mm-hmm.
it would be a horrible experience in reality.
It would be alienating, like we were talking about. Like you can't relate to the people your age. The people that you can relate to, like, kind of like dismiss you, or like you can't earn their. It's hard to earn their like acceptance or trust or belief in you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with no. I wouldn't.
I think I might just, give it a shot.
Yeah. It's only. I feel like it's only enticing for like you could just make a lot of money, but that's like the only thing that would be good about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like how to actualize positive changes. Like,
I just think that's like way too hard.
maybe.
Like
I
you see
mean,
people, even like a Greta Thunberg, or like what was it, Malala Yousafzai. Like you see these like young people that are like very well spoken, and you know, become like this representative of a thing, but it's like, is that making true change? Like is that worth
but I think
going back and
they
kind of
are,
torturing yourself in that way to be a figure like that?
but they don't have the hindsight that you would have in theory. And
I
so,
guess, yeah. I guess the other quandary that comes up is like, if you're going back with the quote unquote hindsight, like you just put it, like, and you change things, like, then you're just like in like a time travel scenario where like that would make it so that what you are doing you wouldn't remember to even make the change. You know?
no, but that's not what you've presented. And I think you still do have like some challenges of trying to convey or convince, rather, as a 12-year-old. And so I'm like trying to think of how to, like, I don't think you could make changes immediately, but like, if I'm 12 and I could, like, and I have a laptop and I'm able to get some little money and then like do some investing to build that up. If by the time
Mm-hmm.
I'm 15 or 16 and like I have a vehicle and also money, can I like drive? Like, can I physically transport myself to situations where I can like physically make a historic difference? Is, I guess, what I'm thinking about.
I guess what would an example be of that?
I think it would have to be like, this is fucked up, but I think it has to be violence. Like, I think each step of the way, like, changes probably need to be like secretly killing people that are like individually harming society.
So like the baby Hitler thing
A little bit, yeah.
hypothesis.
Like, can I go back in time and like kill Scott Walker and like have
Yeah,
Act 10
yeah.
not be a thing and have voucher schools not be a thing?
But that's where you get like that really welcomes in the age old question of time travel. Like, can you affect that change without it
Oh,
then changing your
I
ability to
understand.
think that that was bad and think to even do it?
Uh, I mean, I definitely think it was like But you have the hindsight to think that it was bad.
But right? I'm saying if you don't, like, you wouldn't then have the hindsight because it wouldn't have happened for you to have the hindsight about it. That's like the most like notorious trope of any like time travel thing of like, if you change something in the past, then like the present that you know dissolves. And you dissolve because you don't exist the way that you did, you know, to make yourself go do that thing.
Fair.
But it is, I mean, because time travel doesn't exist anyway, I think it's like, you know, still valid to say like, oh yeah, I would go do this. Especially if maybe you just sacrifice yourself, I guess.
I would, and that's
sacrifice.
I would. I'd be willing to do that.
Yes, I am a suicide bomber.
Okay. I think that's very valiant of you.
Thanks.
Silence!
All right, should we go out on that hypothetical?
On that high note.
Kill you!
Yep.
This has been Only One AirPod. I have been Alex.
I have been Nick.
And this has been your weekly roundup of podcasts, pop culture, and whatever else we want to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
121